After it was announced yesterday that the Denver Broncos were going to move on from both Tim Patrick and Samaje Perine, the team attempted to trade both players, try to recoup some late round draft capital for players that were not going to be part of this roster moving forward. Ultimately, no trade materialized, and ahead of the cut down deadline at 2 o'clock Mountain Time this afternoon, the Denver Broncos released Tim Patrick and Samaje Perine. I wish both of those guys nothing but the best moving forward, especially Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick was the most reliable third down receiver in the NFL in 2021. He was a guy who suffered a horrible injury at Utah to end his college career. Comes into the NFL, bounces from Baltimore to San Francisco, ultimately finds a home here in Denver, and works his way up the depth chart. Ever since 2017, he has been on this roster. He's been a guy who this fan base loves, who the media loves covering. I've enjoyed covering him. He was a guy who found his way into a big role on the offense in 2020 and 2021. He got himself a nice payday heading into the 2022 season, and ultimately the injuries just started from there. It was a torn ACL in 2022 during training camp, went up to try to moss somebody and came down bad and tweaked his knee, and it was just not good. Then 2023, after fighting his way back from that ACL, he was just running a simple 7-on-7 drill in practice, and he comes out of a trips formation in kind of an awkward manner, gets his foot stuck in the grass, and his Achilles blew out. 2 back-to-back fluky injuries that just completely derailed everything for Tim Patrick. He tried to fight his way back onto the roster, but with the emergence of young talent in the wide receiver room, such as Devon Vele in particular, the Broncos were comfortable moving on from Tim Patrick. They're going to be riding with 5 receivers in that room: Cortland Sutton, Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Devon Vele. As far as Samaje Perine is concerned, heading into camp this year, it was pretty much announced from the get-go that Samaje Perine and Javonte Williams were competing for one roster spot. Javonte Williams ran away with that competition. He was absolutely incredible this offseason. He looked like the old Javonte in training camp. Really excited to see what he does this season. And with the emergence of Audric Estime, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Blake Watson, who made the 53-man roster as well, Samaje Perine became expendable. Keep an eye on a team like the Cincinnati Bengals or maybe the Houston Texans for Perine. And then as far as Tim Patrick's concerned, Zach Azzani, his old wide receivers coach, is there in Pittsburgh, as well as, of course, Russell Wilson. So maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers or possibly the Detroit Lions. I know that they are looking for a bigger-bodied wide receiver right now. So both of those teams could make some realistic sense for Tim Patrick. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel that no trade materialized for these players and the Broncos ultimately had to end up releasing them? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.